Hello and welcome to Mind Your Matters. Today we are going to make a quick video about me as a homeschool mom preparing for a substitute. Yeah, if you're interested in something like that, you can stay with us and we'll get right to it. We're going to discuss briefly what to do to prepare for a substitute when you're homeschooling. Now I know usually doesn't happen too often. Usually mom, you'll take a game day, a fun schooling day, or just take the day off and watch TV, YouTube, whatever. But what do you do to prepare for a substitute? I had a couple tips and tricks that might help you along the way that I've gleaned from being a high school trained teacher. So I hope that you enjoy this. It's not anything too difficult, but just some things maybe you haven't thought about and things that might help you if you are caught in the situation where you need to have a substitute ready. What can you do to make things easier and still have some homeschool happen? Get the kids running around, so you might have some background noise. That's what we do best here on Mind Your Matters. So I'm glad that you're here. I don't think I introduced myself. My name is Amanda Jane. I am a homeschool mama to 4 kids, 9, 7, 5, and 3. That's really difficult to say. So I am lining up some homeschool materials here on the island here, and I'm going to just talk through maybe just one of my kids or 2 of my kids real briefly on some things that I am doing to prepare for a substitute. Now, I am not trying to replace myself and have someone pick up where I've left off and just do it absolutely perfectly. That is not normal, and that's not something that can happen even in a traditional classroom or a public school. That's not something that's easily done. So don't expect that from your substitute. You don't want to stress them out, and you don't want them to quit on you if you need them again. Let's look at a couple of the things that I'm going to go through to make it easy on my substitute. So we're here at the planning desk. Oh, this camera. So here I just have a simple little piece of paper that has the core things that I want them to try to get done. Now, I'm not going to be angry if some of these things are not accomplished, but I'm going to try to get them done. So first off, we have Paths to Adventure. So I'm going to have some reading going on. Sometimes we do a audiobook. I don't want to leave too much technology for my substitute because some substitutes can't really handle that. You don't want it to be frustrating. It's something that we're used to working with, where your kids are fully trained to be able to handle themselves, but mine are not. So here we got a good old paper book, read aloud. So he can start here if he wants. We usually start with handwriting. So he's gonna have his handwriting book, and this is my 3rd grader, as you can see by the number. I'm setting up everything for him that, he's kind of used to. If he's used to being self-sufficient, or his children are used to being, able to just pull their stuff out, you might not even have to do any of this, but we're looking at my kids, that they're in training still. There's things he can do independently, but I'm writing the order out for him because he's that type of kid, and that's okay. We have today's page that he's going to accomplish here in a little bit, and the page that he's going to work on for Tuesday, and I have it labeled here also in this page. So my substitute could look at it if the kid's playing the substitute game. Oh, I know, I don't have any work to do, and so on and so forth. We don't want that. We don't want to leave that open. So that, as you counted, that's 2 subjects. We had reading and we had a writing page. So I'm only leaving 4. Math, it's usually towards the beginning of the morning as well, and we have the pages locked down that he's going to be doing, and I also wrote it down on this little paper that is going to stay stuck to the top book that this child is going to be working on. I'm actually going to go as far as today to do the new lesson and leave the review lesson, or the easier lesson, for the substitute. So we're doing like checking division and things like that. I'm going to review that stuff, and then all the other items I will leave for the substitute. So that's another thing. Rank it by difficulty, and if that subject like math or whatever is a frustration for your student and you don't want to leave that to your substitute, leave something easy or fun. Say, oh, let's do flashcards. Math, check. Maybe you didn't get a literal page done, that's fine. But this is easy, and it can be done by anybody. Even if they're not really great at math, they could have the cards and they can know their answer on the other side, so that really helps. Hey, this is Amanda from the future. I am actually editing this video and I wanted to pop this in real quick. This is something that I've had in my other videos of homeschool videos, and I really wanted to pop it in here. If you have something, a concept or whatever that you would really want available to your child, make yourself a video. Everyone's got a cell phone, everyone's got video footage that they can easily take on their phone and explain it to your child. If you want to literally teach that Bible lesson that day, your teacher, your substitute, your husband, your grandma, grandpa, whoever's coming in can go ahead and play that video. You can upload it to Google Drive. It can be played right from there, or you can do something fancy smancy and make a YouTube video and pop it in your YouTube channel that you already probably have if you're watching here, and you can have it private, and then you can have your link out to the person that is going to watch it. I know that sounds crazy, but you could make a video, or you could just leave it on a second phone, that video, or you can just leave it on your regular cell phone if you don't need it wherever you're going. So you can make a video if you need to describe something to them, or you want to teach them a lesson, or you want to do flashcards with them. You can have those flashcards and you can go through them with your child. If it makes it easier for your substitute, it makes it easier for you, and you know that the job is getting done. I have made so many videos for my kids on going through their spelling words, and then I just play that every single day. And you can do flashcards and they go through. Of course, eventually they'll have the flashcards memorized, so you want to be careful about that. But if they're going through something that they always have to recite, their blends, their multiplication facts or whatever, just put it on a video. And then you can be in two places at one time. You're welcome. Back to our regular scheduled program. I'm going to have low standards on this particular day, and that's okay. Not because of my substitute, but my children aren't used to it. It's a different thing for them, different element. So whatever they can get done, I'll be proud for, as long as they keep a good attitude and keep good character. That's important. Last but not least, we have a language book, and as you can see, we use Abeka. So we do not go absolutely every single thing. A little tip from working in a private Christian school is most of these, like C is like a review, most of them you don't have to complete every single one, but if you find that your student's struggling in a particular thing, do a couple with them, and that's what they would do in the traditional classroom. Anyway, you go through it together, and then there's independent work, that they would work on. So this is the page he is on. He does other curriculum, so if you're looking and saying, whoa, you're way behind, we do a whole bunch of other stuff. We have an easy grammar book that we use. I'll try to pop a picture here. We talk through, we do lots of reading, and we talk about commas and paragraphs, and whenever we're going through, read aloud. So if he's getting a lot of language, here is your workbook where we're showing it. You need a pencil?
I'm doing something.
Okay, you can sharpen it. You're gonna hear sharpening. So these are the ones I circled for him to accomplish, and I even wrote it a little bit down here. Not a whole lot of notes, so that's for my oldest. You doing okay? Here's my pile. This is all I'm leaving. A reading book on the top, math, writing, and of course any order is fine with me, but usually my children like to start with writing and then some language, and hopefully substitute will do some Bible or what have you. I might just leave a super book for them to do. Just keeping it simple, keeping it easy, and having it all laid out and put out. So I'm just gonna keep this stack available. We are doing some work today, even though it is technically a holiday, but we take our own days off. So we do school and we don't do school when we please. So that's the fun of homeschooling. I'm gonna go through my daughters and maybe a little bit for the two youngest, just in case they're in the mood and what have you. They can practice their dry erase or whatever, and that will help them stay a little busy, or just they can do puzzles. And I'm gonna actually let my substitute know that, okay, here's our busy things that you can do, and have those set aside, or at least know where they are. So anyway, that is how I am preparing my little homeschool. Actually, we got 4 kids, so it's not quite little, but our little homeschool for a substitute situation. So I hope some of these tips and tricks, just as I talked through it, helps you a little bit. Have a visual a visual representation of what is in these books, because the substitute might not really know how to go through this. Like, they know page numbers, but maybe they don't know how to look at lesson numbers. And so if you leave lesson 36, it might be a little challenging for a little bit for them. So just keep it easy. Keep it simple so that your substitute doesn't quit on you, so that you could actually have one. I'm going to go day by day and see what they get done. And then I'm going to make a master sheet for my substitute as well, just in case the children have this go missing. Yeah, my kids do that. I don't know if your kids do, but thank you so much for joining me today. It is a lovely day. We are having a snow day. We're going to be picking all of that up, and we're also going to be getting ready for a substitute situation. So I hope that these tips and tricks helped you as you're dealing with preparing for a substitute, preparing for someone to take over a little bit of what you've done. Now, Mama, we know that no one can replace you. You are the best, and the kids will learn something, and they will be alive and well when you get back from whatever you need to do. So if you need a substitute, I hope these tips helped you. And we have some friends that want to say goodbye. This is May May.
Hello.
Are you going to be a good boy tomorrow for your teacher helper that's coming? Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and say like, subscribe, and share. And I hope you liked this little impromptu, kind of like a raw, just talk out for how to deal with a substitute or how to plan for a substitute. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time in the next video. Bye.
Bye.